Is Commissioner Blumert there? Commissioner Mon, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. I think unless she's gotten on here just in the last moment, or I think we're waiting on Commissioner Blumert. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I will just wait for a moment. Is there anybody from Commissioner Blumert's staff there?
Joe's here. I mean, it shows a CB on the screen. I assume she's trying to log in.
That's Chantel Rozo.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Another CB.
Okay.
We are in a thunderstorm right now, so that could be some of it. But...
Okay, we'll wait just a moment here. Joe, if you can keep us apprised. Thank you.
Yes, sir. There she is. She's on.
Okay, Commissioner Blumert, can you hear me?
Carrie, can you unmute? We can't hear you. We can see you.
I think she's having internet trouble because she doesn't show muted.
So is this a technical difficulty or?
Yeah, we're working on trying to get her to call in and leave the video up.
Yeah. Access code 961. Thank you. District Row 660. Then you'd ask for another code. So, all right, we'll wait and see what happens. Well, no, he doesn't have to try to remember all the numbers. I don't think I could have. Oh, you didn't print that off, did you?
Yeah, that's why I was already.
Hey, can you all hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you now. Okay, very good.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll go ahead and call this meeting of the Board of County Commissioners to order. All three commissioners are present, either in person or by video, as announced on the meeting notice. Notice of this meeting was properly posted on April 20th, 2020. Our first item of business, as we always have been doing now with these video meetings, is to discuss and possibly act on to set a date, time, and place for this meeting to reconvene in the event we have technical difficulties that cannot be resolved within 30 minutes. I would note that we do have a scheduled special meeting of the Public Building Authority that all of us are on Friday. That's one option. But commissioners, what's your pleasure for setting a potential alternate date for this meeting in case we have technical difficulties?
Along with our special PBA, I'll move that we reconvene Friday at 9:30, right before PBA.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. Okay, so item 2, approval of the minutes, and this is both of our minutes on April 15th and April 17th. The 17th was a special meeting. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of minutes from April 15th and 17th.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. Item carries. Okay, our consent agenda, which is items 3 through 12. Are there any questions?
I'll move approval of our consent agenda.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. Consent agenda is adopted. Okay, departmental items. Item 13 from the clerk's office. This looks like a just receiving some financial statements from the Oklahoma County Utility Services Authority and an independent auditor's report for the year. Is there anything further, Mr. Hooten?
Nope.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Aye.
and I will vote aye. Okay, Commissioner Mon voted aye. Okay, very good. Engineering, item 14.
Yeah, attached to your agenda was quite a complex spreadsheet. This is a new allocation plan that we have to send to ODOT. The thing I like about it, it combines all funds we could get, federal bridge replacement, federal roadway, or the CIRB monies, all kind of on one sheet, which is good. And would ask your approval on this. It's due April 30th, so we can participate in ODOT's 8-year plan. The thing I want you to make note of, though, in the top column on year 2021, it still shows a negative balance because we're still being penalized for getting our work done in the early years. And this is about the 4th year in a row they've had us on the sidelines. Never been happy about that, but that's what it is. So they may not let us advance any of our CERT projects this year, even though I keep trying to push them through. We do have some federal roadway and federal bridge money that we can go after. Getting hung up with environmental clearances on those. I can work on that. I may need your help with that at some point. And then all of our projects aren't here because you run out of years and we're still not done. So there's some projects missing that will add to the list in future years. If you go to the very bottom right column down there, it still shows a negative number, about a negative $1 million, which is just showing you that there's not enough allocation to us to do our program, even unlimited part of our program. But it is what it is. I'll answer any questions.
Are there any questions of Mr. Trumbo?
I just want to say thank you to Stacy for coming up and explaining all this to me and going over it in detail. I think you did an excellent job. This is a hard assignment.
Is there a motion?
Stacy,
Yes.
Stacy, when you say that all the projects we want to do, essentially we don't, you know that they need to be done, but through this funding source, we don't have the funding.
Right. I've got 11 projects listed here. If I was to go on 12 through 20, there's some Luther Road corridor projects that aren't here. None of the turnpike frontage roads are here. District 3's got some Covell Road and some Waterloo Road projects that aren't even listed. There's just no room to list them in the 8 years that you're looking at.
Okay.
Okay, any further questions? Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
I'll vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Mr. Trumbo. Okay, item 15, I can let Mr. Trumbo explain it, but this is a project in my district where we're doing the contract for engineering services, and this will be much appreciated because this is a roadway that is kind of low-lying, and that bridge does, we need to make sure we have that taken care of. So it's a school bus route, if I recall correctly. So, are there any
this is for federal bridge replacement. It is number 8 on the list for the allocation you just approved, and it's to get the engineering going.
Right. Okay, are there any questions? Okay, well, I'll go ahead and move approval since it's in my district. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. I will call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, item 16, MIS. So I don't know if this is anything out of the ordinary, Rich or Dane or whoever's online here, but an agreement with, I don't know how to pronounce it, Viper, I guess, for Secure Smart and some email security services. Do you have anything further? I guess not. Are there any questions?
I do have a question about if this was for fiscal year that we're in right now, is there any reason why we didn't approve this last summer?
Mr. Stewart? Go ahead.
There's no one here present to speak to it unless they're online.
Has anyone called in from MIS?
Not that I can see.
Yeah. Rich, are you there?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yes, commissioners,
Hello?
I'm here. Can anybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you
Yes.
now, Mr. Stewart. Yes.
Oh, there we go. But apparently my AirPods decided to quit working. I'm sorry. I was trying to say while you guys were asking. No, this is our spam filter. They had a problem with the company changed names basically, so we had to redo the contract for this fiscal year. Previously, they had it. They were not billing us properly under their previous name, so we had to resubmit the contract for this fiscal year, Commissioner.
Okay. So this
Okay.
doesn't require any additional funding. It's just,
No.
Okay.
No, this is funding that's budgeted within our budget. It just, we had hiccups trying to get it taken care of on their side.
are there further questions? Is there a motion?
I will move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
I'll vote aye. Thank you, Mr. Stewart, for the explanation. Okay, recurring agenda items. Item 17 is our claims. Is there a motion?
I move we approve the claims.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. Claims are approved. And item 18 is the blanket purchase orders. And I recall seeing something, Ms. Boso, from purchasing that there are no changes.
That is correct.
Okay, thank you. And
Thank
is there a motion?
I'll move approval on the blanket purchase orders.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. They're approved. Okay, next would be commissioner comments. Commissioner Bloomer.
No comments today.
Okay, Commissioner Mon.
No comment.
And I have none either. So next item is new business. Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
We'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
now vote aye. We are adjourned. Now as soon as the clerk is ready, we'll go into Public Buildings Authority. Okay, is the clerk ready?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great. Okay, we'll call this meeting of the Oklahoma County Public Buildings Authority to order. All three commissioners trustees are present. Notice that this meeting was properly posted on April 20th, 2020. And as in our Board of County Commissioners meeting, our first item is to set a possible date, time, and place to reschedule this meeting in the event that we have technical difficulties that cannot be resolved within 30 minutes. Is there a motion?
I'll move that we reconvene Friday, immediately following the special PBA meeting that we have. I think it's at 10.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. Okay, second is approval of the minutes, and this is both from April 8th and April 15th. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I'll vote aye. Okay, departmental items. Item 3 looks like just some additional parking spaces, some at the $90 rate and some at the $115 rate. Looks like 2 at 90 and 3 at $115. Is there a motion?
Is Mr. Monroe there?
Yes.
Can you refresh my memory why some are 90 and some are 115?
Those that are the $90 figure parked in the upper floors, those that are 115 are alley spots, and those are renewal contracts.
Okay.
Okay, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
I'll vote aye. Item 4 is cash fund appropriation for PBA debt service in the amount of $61,456 for miscellaneous receipts from February and March of this year. Are there any questions? Is there a motion?
I move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. And item 5 is cash fund appropriation for PBA reserve in the amount of $596,463.32 for miscellaneous receipts from February and March. Are there any questions? Seeing none, is there a motion?
I'll move approval.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Mr. Mon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. Thank you, Mr. Monroe. Now we have our claims, PBA claims. Is there a motion?
I'll move approval of the claims.
Second.
Okay, we'll call the roll. Commissioner Bloomer,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. Okay, any board comments? Commissioner Bloomer.
I do want to thank our staff in court services and our staff up on the 5th floor in our drug testing lab. I was in ICD yesterday and noticed that they were.
DA is shaking her head no. It's not a PBA item.
Okay, well, I was commenting about what they were doing in ICD, but okay. I'm not
Okay.
allowed to make a board comment that has I'm not having a discussion about anything.
She says, okay.
Okay. I just wanted to thank our court services team in ICB who were changing their procedures, making sure that people were waiting, social distancing, only one in the elevator. They had someone down on the 1st floor to direct everyone, and they had lots of signage, and I just wanted to thank them for making things work really well in that building.
Very good. Commissioner Mon.
Nothing.
Okay, I'd like to reiterate what Commissioner Bloomert said. Court Services is adjusting to the new realities as well. We appreciate all our staff, and since we're in PBA, also want to again thank Mr. Monroe and his staff for the good work they're doing with facilities. Are there any further comments? Seeing none, is there any new business? Seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I move we adjourn.
Second.
Call the roll. Commissioner Bloomert,
Aye.
Commissioner Mon,
Aye.
and I will vote aye. We're adjourned. Thank you all.